Hello, Pa. What are you up to on this fine day?
I am rebuilding a transmission for my pickup, reverse one. It was a used transmission, so and you get what you get out of it. When I put it in, it second was rattling a little bit. I think the reverse band anchor was broke, or the friction discs were bad or something, but yesterday it shit the bed. So I have a whole slug of transmissions, and I actually rebuilt this transmission. Put a new pump in it, all new stator bearings, bushings, all new clutches. When this all started, what happened was I wasn't getting fluid traveling from the transmission to the cooler, and it was kind of my own stupidity. I checked everything, but I did not. I checked it with the lines disconnected from the radiator. So if anybody ever does this or has this problem, check the radiator where the transmission lines go into the radiator. I did everything else, couldn't get any flow, so I tore the transmission out, tore it apart. One of the reasons could be the pump, could be, but it worked. Well, here what it was overheating. And here what it was. After I changed the transmission, the next one had the same issue. And what it was the stupid cooler inside of the radiator was plugged. It's the only thing I didn't check. I didn't even think of it, whatever. So what I did is I put solvent in it, took the lines off, and made a couple of little lines I could hook an air line to. I put solvent in it, some what do I use, carburetor cleaner or something, I don't know. Poured solvent in it, let it sit for a few minutes. I put air pressure to it, and I blew out all kinds of clump crap, fiber and everything, and got that all opened up. Then it cooled. That's what it was, just clogged up. So now that I got that fixed, I'm going to go back to this transmission. But what I did is I test drove this for, I don't know, a couple miles here and there, and without lubrication, I think I burnt up one of the clutches I replaced. The fiber discs. And the other mistake I made, it's the first one I've ever done, the other mistake I made was you're supposed to soak all of the fiber discs in transmission oil. And I didn't do that with that first set. I didn't realize it, and I'd already put it in, and I thought, it'll be all right. So I think the combination of not soaking it properly and then not getting lubrication, I cooked it because it downshifted when I was test driving it. And this was before I cleaned out the lines, and it still wasn't getting lubrication, so it was overheating. And I test drove and I downshifted, and when it did, it chirped, made some noise, and I could smell, like burnt band. So I think I cooked that set of clutches. Not a big deal. We'll pull it apart, and I'm going to. I've got the old discs that came out of it, and they're like new. I didn't even need to probably rebuild this transmission. It was just a cooler issue. But live and learn, right? I'm learning. So here, see this? This is all from me burning that disc up. It's all fiber, see?
Yeah.
It's all clutch material. So I'm going to pull this apart. Actually, pretty easy to do. I've got some really good books on it. And if you want to come over here, Manny, I'll kind of explain this as I go. Here's my filter. You can see it was pulling up fiber. So, first time I did one, I was proud that the thing even moved and worked, and it did. I think I just overlooked that, and I screwed the pooch. But not a big deal, not the end of the world. Fairly easy to remedy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull a valve off. I have to pull the valve off, control valve, and I have to, I'm going to test, I did this before, I test all my wiring harnesses. These are new solenoids. I put all new solenoids in this one. I put a shift kit in this one for overdrive, and I checked all of my shift 1, shift 2 solenoids. Everything was good. So I think, and it did work. It worked good. The only thing that wasn't working was obviously the lubrication wasn't right. So what they do on these transmissions, the lubrication lines, They come out one of these holes, go up to the cooler. These are those hideous clip fittings, but they come out of that, the two lines, go up to the cooler, and then go to an external cooler out front of the radiator and come back. And this rear one, see right here, the oil comes in this port here, and it comes out right here. See this little steel tube? And this actually, you know, the oil coming in lubricates this set of clutches that I was telling you I think I cooked. And then it goes out this tube and comes down in here and splashes all over the rear gears, the planetary assembly. So by not having that lubricating properly, I probably heated up the rear end of this transmission, and that's what caused the slippage. So not a big deal. It's time consuming. The worst part for me is crawling under the truck and changing it, you know.
So is this one going in the truck, or you?
Yeah, I'm going to put this one back in the truck only because I'll inspect it as I pull it apart. I'll look at each unit. That one was a used one. I think it's pretty good, but apparently it had. That's probably why it came out of whatever vehicle it was in.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse was probably clinking and going all of it. I've gotten a couple months all of it. Whatever. I kind of knew it was inevitable. I'm getting a signal, a code that's showing this torque converter open, and I tested it from here, the proper wires. This solenoid in that one, it's in this one. That solenoid says it's working. It's within the ohms resistance. It's between 4 and 10 ohms. That was showing 7.5 ohms. So that converter solenoid apparently is good. So I may have a wiring issue, but the odd thing that didn't make sense to me is my overdrive trailer mode works, which is to do with this. It shuts it out and back and changes the pulse reading on the on this solenoid, and it gives the truck more RPM. Everything seemed to work forward. The only problem with that transmission it's in now was I put it in reverse, it would go, you heard it, it would go ching, ching, ching,
Clink,
ching,
clink,
like
clink.
vibrate and like kind of, not even really slip, but kind of shudder. I think if you hammered it, it would have slipped. So I think the reverse just went out of that one. So I replaced all that in this one. Between the two, I think I'm going to be able to get something going without spending a pot of money. So we're going to try. So right now, I'm going to pull this valve off. Where'd the glasses go? I'm going to pull the valve assembly off. I have to pull the valve assembly off to get the center support bolts out so I can pull the pump and the goodies out of it. So right now we're going to take all these off, and I'm going to go from there. I got to get all these bad boys out. But I was kind of happy. I was kind of excited to do it because I've learned a lot. Not that I really need other stuff to do, but there's not much going on right at the moment anyway, so I'm going to use these as learning opportunities. When I did this back in February, it was cold in here. I had to have the heater on, but it's hotter than the hell right now. So these are all 10 millimeter.
Forgot one there.
And then the this is what's called the pressure control pad. I'll show you how that works in a second. So I am no transmission expert, but I've learned a lot. And it's fairly, I gotta get an 8 millimeter socket. It's fairly, not easy, but fairly simple actually, I must say. Not terribly difficult to do this if you have a few things to help you. It's not that bad. And I don't have the money right now for $2,500 or $3,000 for a reman transmission. So you can get a kit to rebuild them. Alto kit I got from Summit Racing had every part in the transmission that needed replaced all the O-rings, all the packing, all the clutches, all the steels. It was $380. So it's not that bad. And the only other thing is just learning, get a good book, learn, you know, and it's not the end of the world. It's actually, my son helped me a little bit, but we both learned quite a bit by doing this actually. It was pretty cool. You learn how they operate, you know, what makes what tick. And,
I only have like 2 minutes left on my phone.
okay, well,
So we'll have to.
yeah. Well, I'll just do this and then we'll do another one as we take it apart. I just wanted to show. This is what's called a pressure pad, a pressure control pad. What this does is oil comes up in here, and these are all micro switches, right? And the oil comes up and it switches the electrical current and tells each solenoid to work. So very simple.
Nice.
So
you think that's all good? Like
yeah,
everything's
that's
good
not
in
the
this
problem.
except
The problem-
the gear.
Everything's good in this except for what we had go wrong. So I know where to look. All right.
Okay.
I don't think, I guess I'll have to unplug these. So use a pick or something.
So we will let you guys
All right,
know
we'll let
because
you
my
go.
battery is
We'll let
about
you
going
go.
to die.
Yep, okay. Ta-ta, guys. We'll keep you informed. It's kind of fun to watch this stuff, maybe.
Have a good day.
Do some more on my tablet.